So go ahead and open the link called Vex VR that's posted to the assignment. You're going to see it'll bring up a window something like this. This allows us to create the code here in this area, and then we can download it to what's called the VR, or the virtual reality, and we can simulate what's going to actually happen when the code is run. So your robot will do exactly what you tell it to do based on the code you created. As far as the coding goes, you'll see there's all sorts of different commands that you can use. We'll be learning about those through the various lessons, but you basically can drag over and build your program there. If you want to delete something, you just drag it to the left and then it disappears. All right, but we'll learn about that stuff later. For now, I want to show you saving your file. So for now, let's just call this intro. And that's going to rename it, and you're going to see the names up here. And then you want to make sure you save it to your device. So click Save to your device, and that's going to download it to the bottom of your window here. If you click this arrow and Show in Folder, you're going to see that it's going to save it in the download folder of your computer. So that's under Downloads. Also access it there, but right there is my file. So if I need to open that file, I'm going to navigate to my download folder and find it there. If you want, you could drag this to your Google Drive if that's easier for you. That's up to you. All right, so if I come in the next day and need to open a file I was working on previously, just go back to that download folder, intro VR block, and there's going to bring it back up. All right, so the nice thing with this is, as I mentioned earlier, we can simulate what the code is going to do very quickly with the simulator. When I am ready to test out my code, I can go to the playground, and you'll see there's all sorts of different environments that you can select depending on what challenge you're working on. For now, I'm just going to leave up the art canvas. There's different ways to view the area. I like using this one because you can actually see the robot. And then if I hit play, it will run whatever code I have written here. All right, so it's kind of cool. So right now it's just driving forward because all I have it doing is driving forward. All right, as we work our way through, we'll get more complicated and more advanced, but for now it's just kind of the basics. There's also a link to different activities. You'll see me refer to these through the different lessons. If I scroll down here, you'll see there's basketball drills, algorithms, coordinate colors, all sorts of different things that you may see me reference. So, for example, if I have you do basketball drills, you can open up this link. It's going to explain what playground you should use, which is grid map for this one. So if I go back here, I forget which one I was on, and select the playground, you'll be able to go to grid map so that you're on the right challenge. All right, you'll see there's different levels to the challenge. So if you're someone that is just starting programming, you will start with level 1, and you might be able to work your way up to do some of the harder challenges. If you're someone that has experience, you could jump up to level 3 to complete the task. At the bottom, you'll see helpful hints. For example, it shows you how big this square is, so you can use some math to figure out how far you need to go. You can make your project more efficient by using the repeat command. All right. And that's it for this. That also shows you the text version of that same command as well. All right. So when I'm ready, I can then go back to my window. I would select the basketball drills, or actually they said to do the grid map, so I would open up the grid map. And then I would create the code. Remember, you saw that it said drive forward for 200 millimeters. That's the length of one block, so I could use this. 200 millimeters would drive me past one block, and you get the idea. Okay, when you run that, you'll see it should move up to the next square. All right, so I'm going to close out of this for now. The last thing I want to show you is if you have some programming experience, you may typically see the code written like this, where it's all text. All right, so that's typically how programming is done. Vex came up with a block version that makes it a little easier to learn. It's a lot more straightforward to see how this works compared to some of this stuff over here. All right, so you could do either one, text or graphical or block, but just for now, we're going to do the block version just because it's easier to learn. All right, so make sure you save your work when you're done for the day, and then you will pick up the next day.